Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Get the Bag back with another video. First thing I want to say is Happy New Year. It's been a minute. I know it's a whole month since the New Year started, but guess what? This video right here is for all the people that's trying to elevate their trading in 2024. So I know you watch like a lot of stuff on YouTube and all types of things like that, and you like can't get it or whatever the case is. But look, the first thing I want to say is I know it's been a lot of crazy things to start the year with MT4 banning certain brokers and things like that. So if you're looking for a broker, I just personally use CoinX. The link will be in the description. And if you're looking for a Telegram channel that's cheap, looking for signals or whatever the case is, then you can find my Telegram channel in the link below. But let's get right back to the video. Elevating our trading. The first thing we want to do is stick to your strategy. Find a strategy that works for you. Not every strategy that work, let's say for me, might work for you, or for somebody else might work for you. You got to find out. You got to find your edge pretty much, right? So, and when you find that, you want to stick to the session. So right here, you see these color blocks, right? Let's start with the purple first. This is all Asian session, right? The green is London, and this is the mix of New York. This is New York open and a little bit of London before the close, and the rest is New York with the pink and this like tannish looking color, right? So for me, what worked for me, I like to trade New York session, right? Now a lot of people don't like to trade New York. They like a lot of like London session because you still got volume and it's less news. Now me personally, I don't mind the news. It work with my strategy, right? I stick to my edge. Now, the reason that you want to stick to one session is because, you know, your strategy, first of all, when you switching over different sessions, it's a lot of things going on at different times, right? So sometimes one strategy that might work in one session might be a little harder to catch in another session. I don't know. That's just what come across my mind to me, what I experienced. That's just my experience, right? But I've been doing this a while, so I think I might have a little idea of my understanding, right? And then another thing is, if you're gonna stick to the session and find a pair that work with your strategy, you want to stay with pairs. All right, so I'll give you an example, right? Gold, right? I like to trade it personally, New York session, right? Because it's the dollar, the gold to the dollar, right? Now, like something like GBP, JPY, I'll do like a London session. But if it's like USD to JPY, I'll do like a Tokyo session, Asian session, right? So like always try to keep that in mind. So let's say if you want to trade GBP USD, stick to like New York session. You could do London, but I mean the volume for me always was better in New York session. So that's the first thing, right? Find a strategy that consistently works for you and stick to one session. I know this is going to sound boring, but trust me, this is what's going to elevate your trading. The second thing is only trade your setup. So once you find your edge, once you find your session, only trade the setup that worked for you. Do not, and I'm going to say this again, do not force anything. If you see a trade, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say some people, let's just say right here, some people that's I don't know, I guess breakout traders, and they got in the trade right here as this candle move, and they didn't wait for the break and the retest or something. They was waiting for it to come up here, and they like, man, I don't want this trade to fall without me. And they get in, and then guess what? They get stopped out. Let's say they had the stop loss right here, and then they get stopped out, right? They force this trade instead of waiting for the trade to come back up. Not worrying about if it leaves them, and let's say you get in up here somewhere, right? And then you catch a little bit of that or whatever the case is, right? I don't know y'all strategy, but it's a lot of different strategies out there. Like I said, if you want to learn my strategy, the link is in the description. But and I'll get you right. I mostly trade supply and demand, just like y'all know. But anyways, back to the point is that don't force a setup. Wait patiently. A setup is not going to go without you. And then if it does go without you, it's all right. Just either it's a no trade day or catch the next trade the next day. That's it. Like at the end of the day I say it like this. I'd rather walk away from the charts with a break even than a loss And after you suffer a loss, it's like, man, what? You feel defeated. The market's like, it's a bunch of stuff that come with that. All right, the third thing is at least go for 1 to 2.5 RR, right? So you risk 1 for 2.5. Now I know a lot of people struggle to get 1-to-1s, and me personally, I will only trade 1-to-1s if you know how to manage a trade and if you have a very high win rate. But it's a little shaky when you do 1-to-1s, right? So let's see. Let's go back just a little bit. So let's say I'm gonna just do something like this, and let's say I went for 1-to-1, right? Try to get to explain. And then the next day, let's just say not even the next day. Let's just go to the next trade. This is not how we usually trade, but I'm gonna just try to keep it all on the chart so we can see it. So let's say we bought in somewhere like right here, right? Now, hold on. There we go. Now we risk 1 to make 1, right? So let's say we up 2%. Now the next trade we take, let's say right here, if you sold right here for whatever reason, and it lose, 1 second. All right. Now you made 2% on these trades, but the next trade you lost, right? So now you only up 1%. When if you would have went for the 1 to 2.5, let's do it like that. Okay, and lost this trade. Now this is 5, and then you lose 1, so that'll be you'll be up 4% instead. So now you'll be up. Hold on, wait. Actually, no, this is 5%. Yeah, you'll be up 4%, right? Now, being up 4% is better than being up 1. So now you could take a bunch of couple losses the next day or whatever the case is. So this way you'll still be in profit, right? Now let's say if you would have lost this trade, right? Let's say this trade was a loss and this trade was a win, right? So -1 plus 2.5. So now we up still 1.5 and lose this. So now we'll be up. Hold on, wait. 1%, 2.5. Yeah, 1.5. Okay, we'll be up still 0.5%, which is good, right? This is what we want. We want to be able to still be using great risk to reward. So at least a 2.5 is pretty cool. So like I said, if you have emotions that build up, walk away from the trade, right? And like I said, I explain this a lot. If a couple people is in the 1-on-1 sessions, like I really break it down and get to the point, because like I said, it's a lot of BS out there on YouTube, and people is kind of like not really teaching like things they need to teach, or like giving misinformation. Like, trust me, I'll get you right, whatever strategy it is. But I mainly stick to mine. I mean, it's the best, I think so. Anyways, all right, that's the third thing. The fourth thing would be managing your trade. So no matter if you do go for a 1-on-1, you got to learn how to manage your trade. You got to know when to get out of the trade. So if you start noticing a certain pattern when you get in a trade and execute a trade, you got to learn a certain pattern when to get out of the trade, right? Now, managing the trade is not managing off emotions like, oh man, I'm a profit, and then you see it just shooting down, a candle just shooting down, like, oh man, nah, I gotta get out, and then it's like, man, I don't want to lose no money, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you get out, price going your direction. That's not managing a trade. That's just managing trade off of emotions. You want to manage a trade off of experience and like things you pay attention to, things you noticed before, stuff like that. So if you can't manage a trade, I would tell you to go for higher risk to rewards and just walk away from the trade. But if you can manage a trade, you could go for low risk to rewards, 1-on-1s, and by the time you manage it, it really ain't a 1-on-1. It's really like it could be like a 1 or 2, because you cutting your loss short and letting your winners run, right? That's the fourth thing. That's the most important thing, if you ask me. The fifth thing, right? The fifth thing would be is to only trade 1 to 2 times a day. I'm going to say this again. 1 or 2 times a day. So I usually take one trade, and if it win, I walk away. I'm not getting greedy. I'm fine with my win. That's it. If it's a break even, I might get in again only if my setup is there. And if it's a loss, if another setup happens after that, then I will trade twice. If not, I'm walking away. And that is the most important things you want to do. And I want to show y'all the trade of the week for me. I'm gonna actually post the screenshot up here in a minute. It was a gold trade. Where was it? Hold on. It might have been like, hold on, it was like last week. No, was it? Hold on. Yeah, here it go. Yep, it was last week. It was on Tuesday. Now, I'm not going to lie, the market for me haven't been a little bit choppy, so I really haven't been trading too much. I wake up, if I don't see a setup, like I said, I'm closing my laptop, going about my day, right? I'm not rushing nothing because as soon as you rush something, you fail, right? So now, let's say if I lost every single trade for the week, right? Which didn't happen, but let's just say hypothetically speaking, right? I got in this trade somewhere around here. I have my stop loss right here. And I had went for 1 to 5, right? About right there. Now let's say, right, I risked 1% for 5%, right? Let's say I lost a trade every single week, right? I don't trade Wednesdays. So every single week would be four days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's 4%. Let's say I lost 4% of my account, right? And then this one trade right here, I executed, I got in, right? I was in a little bit of a drawdown. I ain't get scared. I ain't worry about it. And then let's say, I held this all the way for 5%, right? Now, like I said, let's say if I did lose that 4%, well, guess what? Now this whole 5%, I would still be up 1%, right? So instead of it just being, now I didn't go like this, oh, I'm gonna just go back and go for 4% to break even and make my money back. Nah, you ain't never gonna get nowhere if you keep thinking like that. You gotta take the chance. You know, this trade right here came with a lot of confluences and stuff like that, but you gotta have confidence and patience in the strategy that you formed and created. You did the work already. Sit back and let everything else play out and let it happen. Let it happen how it need to happen, right? Don't get scared. Even if you lose, okay, you're down 5%. Now the next trade you want to find, or at least go for 1 to 3 to build it back up. If you can't find a 1 to 5, that's fine. At least work on building it up. Don't rush and over leverage. Like, oh man, I'm trying to over, because then all you're gonna do is blow your account. You don't want to do that. Like I said, stick to the basics. Stick to your strategy. Stay with your plan. Stick to your session. Manage your trade. Control your emotions and psychology. If you can't place the trade, walk away. That's it. Don't even look at it no more. Come the next day, see what happened. You know, a lot of people use magic keys and stuff like that. I don't use magic keys personally, but if you need to get that, get it. Do whatever you got to do, because this is what's going to elevate your trading in 2024. But that's all I got for this video. It's your boy Get the Bag. I'm going to drop a video every Wednesday and Friday. Every Wednesday and Friday, tune in. Like I said, the link will be in the description. If y'all need to learn how to trade, all of that stuff will be down there. You look for a broker, CoinX, link in the description. Like I said, I appreciate the love and support. It's your boy Get the Bag. We out. Let's go. Let's get it.